What is going on, guys? It is Josh back with JF Trading. Hope the day is going well. We are in such an incredible market right now. We are trading higher, all-time highs again. We've tested them early this morning, only to sell off back down to that pivot we were discussing in the earlier video. Insane movements in tech stocks. The QQQ's all-time highs. But first, let's jump into Baba. Baba's posting all-time highs today. Very interesting move. All of these sort of stocks, the Chinese retailers have all been in favor the last couple of weeks. A lot of those stocks have begun running. You can pull up JD and a number of others. So there's been some relative strength in the overseas market. I think that has something to do with Donald Trump not labeling them currency manipulators anymore. I think investors foresee more favorable trade terms. So they're bidding the stock higher. Baba is just obviously the forefront, the leader. If you guys can see, we're at some just incredibly inflated levels. So we're basically, we're just above the high of the 120s here now. So we're at $124.22. Let's see if we can continue this momentum higher. I mean, it just seems these prices seem so lofty and so elevated that it almost doesn't seem right. So let's see what we get out of these coming stocks, guys, or out of the next couple of weeks, out of the moves we see. I'm just trying to see if there's any trending higher. Doesn't look like it. These things are just running. It's just a matter of institutions and hedge funds and all these guys piling in, dumping their cash into certain stocks like these. But from Baba, let's jump over to Nvidia. Also another tech stock that just doesn't even look like a real chart. These stocks have been so in favor, it's just out of control. We're posting a doji today, though, which is a weird, interesting sign. So it had a gap above the 4-day span or the 4-day run, and we're having a doji on the 5th day. So a lot of the times when that happens and we get a gap and the actual closing price is above the previous day's high, it's definitely a signal to sell. Could be a nice sell confirmation. Let's see what happens in the aftermarket session, pre-market session tomorrow. Could be some big orders that will take the stock in a certain direction and start the trend for the day. I feel like that's how a lot of it happens. Is the institutions and hedge funds and all those big guys, they get in early, and then they more or less dictate whether or not the stock goes up or down for the rest of the day, just because of their algos. So if they have a 400,000 share position that they're looking to buy, they're not just going to smack the offer for 400K. They're going to put out an algo and they're going to buy 500 shares every 30 seconds. Or there's a million different variations to customize algorithms. That's just one of them. So from Nvidia, let's jump to Tesla. All of these banana stocks that have just been going absolutely insane. So we're chopping around. We're back down into this range of the 315 level. So I can put a pivot around here. So we're holding this pretty decently well, I guess you could say. It's only been 2 days. We had a bounce above that level, and now we're trading higher. Tesla had a few rockets launched. Not a few. I think they had one rocket launched yesterday. But it was their heaviest payload, and it was a success. So it's just, like, technologically speaking, it's just incredible what this guy's doing. On an investment standpoint, I don't think the multiples that Tesla trades at now are realistic. I think there's definitely room for the stock to pull back and still provide some incredible growth. I just don't think $327 or whatever it is right now, $316.59 is a great price to buy. Obviously, the beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So, you know what I mean? If you're trying to sync up some capital and buy at these inflated highs, go for it. Would not be my recommendation because you can see the last 3 years it traded flat here in this range. So something to keep an eye on. Wanted to pull up the euro over the dollar. We talked about this yesterday, I believe, and spot on with the analysis again. We're back into the 110s. We've cracked the highs of the gap up when Trudeau won. So we're now trading into unfamiliar territory over the last couple of months. So let's see what type of price discovery we get. If we can get above maybe 11.5, 111.5, that would be a great level, a great sign of strength that investors want to take the euro higher. Obviously, the dollar has been not doing so well the last couple of weeks, last couple of months even. I think that has to play into the whole Trump effect again. I know I keep saying Trump. But the president really does have a pretty impactful role that is played with the stock market, and that is in asset prices and currency prices, commodity prices. It's all related. It's all a big circle. So let's pull up the SPYs real quick, just to give you a view. So we posted brand new highs again, and we have traded lower, and we tested that pivot, the high pivot, I should say. We're trading there pretty decently right now. So let me pull up a chart, pull up a 5-minute. So if you can see where we at today, we had a gap up higher, and then we traded right back down to that range. And look at that, we're just oscillating around that $240 level. So another reason it's very important to keep track of levels. Stocks always test previous levels in kind of strange freaky fashion. It's almost weird when stocks will play out that well to a certain level. Something to keep an eye on, guys. These are very fascinating markets. It almost makes me feel like it's time to go big. It's time to really start pushing the envelope because it doesn't seem like this momentum higher is going to give up. Be vigilant, stay active. Make sure you're on your tippy toes. Make sure you're able to get in and out. You want to have as much flexibility as possible. If there are any questions, guys, please shoot them down below. Any recommendations for stocks to cover as well, comment them. If I messed anything up, if I said anything stupid or wrong, I do these videos one attempt, so obviously sometimes I'm going to say some wrong things. Comment those down below. Would love to shit on you for your criticisms. If not, all the snowflakes and bag holders out there, appreciate you watching. Why don't you go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. If not, I will be back with you guys first thing tomorrow morning to run through a pre-market edition for the 17th of May. Take care, guys. Build the wall. Lock.